Hello. With the return of me comes the return of the cold, which also means the return of the noise. But it's also today is the return of the sun, which also means the return of the sunglasses. That also means the return of the hand. The hand really distracts my mom. See, she fixates on things, so when she sees the hand, everything else from my video just falls away, and that's all she can focus on. So I'm saying to you, listen to me. Don't look at my hand. I'm experimenting with my videos a bit. I want them to be a bit more straightforward and direct, and a little less unfocused and rambling. So I know one thing I'm not going to be talking about is politics. See, politics, I mean, there's enough of that on the internet already, right? And I'm sure we could all use a bit of a break from it. So I'm not going to use these videos as like my soapbox to hammer and force feed you my opinion. Whenever I do offer one, I mean, there's always someone right there at the ready to, you know, correct me or educate me. And sometimes I just want to make a comment or a joke. I don't want to be enlightened. So I'm going to try to avoid politics. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not aware of what's going on or that I don't care, that I don't have an opinion. It really just means that I don't want to hear about yours. So go argue with some snowflake or libtard or whatever you're calling them today. So if I'm not going to talk about politics, I could talk about babies, right? There's a few of those popping up in my family lately, or should I say popping out of my family. There's a couple of them floating around right now, and so I just wanted to, you know, say something. Congratulations. You don't need to send me any congratulations. I didn't have anything to do with it, nor would I. Babies aren't really my thing, so I won't be talking about them either. But I did want to give a shout out to the 2 new additions to my family this year, and also give a shout out to my new creeper. Yes, I have a new friend who's silently lurking in the shadows, clicking on my videos, and I just wanted to say, I see you. Hi. So, if I'm not going to talk about babies or politics, what does that leave? Well, I could offer a motivational tip. I seem to do those sometimes, and I do get kind of a bit of a criticism for it. No, people don't seem to understand. I think as people know me, so that watch these videos for the most part, you should know me. I mean, why else would you watch it? Anyway, so people know me. They probably have seen me do some of the things that I've been wagging my finger at other people for doing. And so it does not necessarily make me a hypocrite. It just really means that when you learn from your mistakes, that doesn't mean that they disappear forever. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes I still make mistakes. Imagine that. I make mistakes. And sometimes I make the same mistakes that I've made in the past. But that's how I know about them. That's how I know how to avoid them when I'm, you know, thinking coherently and focused on what I'm doing. So, I mean, I get the criticism, and I get that it might seem I might be being a hypocrite once in a while, but you don't know. Maybe the video wasn't for other people. Maybe it was for me. Maybe I'm the one that needed to learn the lesson that week, so that's why I made the video. It's happened. So I wanted to talk about one thing that I know I can guarantee you is in the past. I don't do it anymore. It's not a recurring issue for me. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of when I lost 25 pounds. And I've kept it off for the last 2 years. So, yay me, yeah! So, I wanted to kind of go over that quickly. I don't think that anyone's going to follow my lead and do what I do, because I always get strange looks when I describe it or explain it to people, so I'm not really expecting that very many people are going to jump on my bandwagon. But I did want to still bring it up, because there is one real lesson you need to learn from what I'm going to tell you, and that is you need to be consistent. That's really all you need to take from this. Be consistent. So this is how I did it, and I'm kind of sharing it with you because it's a little bit of a secret, another one. Not many people know about it. Some people do, a lot of people don't. But anyway, how did I lose 25 pounds? It was kind of a combination of things, but I'll just break it down for you. About 4 years ago, I lived in a 17th floor building on the 16th floor. So I was sick and tired of watching myself just get bigger and bigger. So I decided to do something about it. How did I do that? I started in the summer but just by walking. I started walking every lunch hour, and I still do that. Obviously, here I am. I do this every day. I started this 4 years ago. I haven't stopped. I've been consistent. It wasn't really doing enough though, so when I started doing that, I also started I stopped taking the elevator, really, at home. So yes, I lived on the 16th floor, and every night when I came in from work, I would walk up the 16 flights of stairs to my apartment, and I did that consistently. So that was a good few months of doing that. Then I got a digital scale, and I weigh myself every day on it consistently. I'm fully aware of how much I weigh every day. I'm also now aware of my food habits, the patterns of my body, what foods will gain this amount of weight, what foods will not put on that much weight. It's given me a lot of insight into my behavior and how I live. And I've been able to kind of, put some pieces of my puzzle together, because, a few. There's still a lot of pieces messed around in there. But so I walk on my lunch. I used to walk up 16 flights of stairs every day. Now I walk, and I do other things to replace that. I work out regularly, twice a week. I weigh myself every day. But there's one thing that really has made all the difference, and I know it's made all the difference, and the videos aren't the only thing I do every Friday. You know what else I do every Friday? Every single Friday for years? I don't eat. I fast. It's Fasting Friday for me. And this is where the funny looks come in, like, how? What are you doing? Why? And I'll tell you why. It started off completely randomly, and it's not a religious thing, so I'll just put that out of the way right now. It is not a religious thing. It's just the fact that I'm lazy. And so I didn't want to eat on Fridays after a long work week. I just wanted to put my feet up and not worry about a meal, not making it, not having it made for me, not having to eat it. I have my breakfast. My breakfast every day is also consistent. It's a banana and a yogurt and an orange juice, and that's all I can stomach. So that's it. I don't eat. Every Friday, I have a banana and a yogurt and an orange juice in the morning, and then I don't eat again. I'm a human. I lack willpower sometimes, so I don't force myself to do anything I don't want to do either. So if I break down and I'm hungry enough, I will eat some crackers. I'll keep it light, but I'll eat some food. I won't starve myself. And then every other day of the week, I eat what I want. And you know how I know this is working for me? Is because when I don't do it, everything just kind of falls to shit. So, I'll give you one example of this. I have been fasting for so long every Friday that I decided when we had our little work get-together a couple weeks ago that I would not fast on Friday, because the lunch was on the Friday, so I just ate. It took me 3 weeks to lose the weight I gained from that one meal. So I realized, I can't do that. I can't be spontaneous and just screw fasting for 1 week, because it put on about 4 to 5 pounds that it took me 3 weeks to lose again. So you want to maintain a weight, you want to do something, just be consistent. You want to lose weight, you want to be more fit, you want to be more active, just be consistent. That's really all you need to do. You don't need to starve yourself. You don't need to do what I do and not eat on Fridays. You just need to find something that works for you, find something that is not too strenuous for you, that you enjoy, or that doesn't hurt you anyway and doesn't make you cry, and just keep doing it and be consistent. Don't mess around with it. Don't be silly and say, this week I'm not gonna, but you have to be consistent. That is the one rule of life. Be consistent. So I'm going to be consistent and say that I wasn't going to ramble and I'll be more straightforward, and I'm going to be consistent and say, goodbye. See you next week. Be consistent.